team doing
well,
that.
speaking of props, let's get to the props, and let's start with all the real props, and we'll get into like some of the other wacky ones as we go on. But do you want to go over yours or mine first, Scotty?
Shoot your shot, Chris. You go ahead.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so here we go. We have a litany of prop bets that we are going to be, and I already put these in, Scotty. These are live on my account as we speak. I bet all of these personally, so I think overall, hey, casually.
So is Reed's clock management LUL.
I don't remember what that's referring to.
Well, just in general, Reed for a long time at least was notorious for not having great clock management.
Yeah.
At the end of games, so I feel like he's gotten a little better the last, or it's just Mahomes fixing whatever mistake Reed is making. But
all right, so let's dive in. Here are my best prop bets and long shots of the weekend. What? So, here we go. Dallas Goedert, anytime touchdown, plus 175. I like the value here, just in general, based off of the fact that I think that he's going to get a lot of... He's already been getting a lot of looks. He's one of the most targeted players on the offense over the course of this playoffs. So the fact that they have a good rhythm with Goddard in this game, I think that there's a chance that he could potentially have some success. And I think they're going to go to him quite frequently, especially in the red zone. So plus 175, I think, is good value here for Dallas Goedert to get an anytime touchdown. It's worth it for me to sprinkle a little bit on little Dallas Goedert.
My only concern here, Chris, is like it's been a long time since Dallas has scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
True.
I'm just saying.
Dallas did finally make the Super Bowl.
I mean, this is the only way Dallas will be anywhere near a Super Bowl, and they got to do it through Mr. Goddard here. So it's, man, Dallas may never make it to another Super Bowl at this point. The way they're trending, right?
Especially with keeping McCarthy.
Anyway,
now McCarthy's going to call plays. Let's go.
Oof.
That team is boned.
I got Jalen Hurts touchdown passes over 1.5. I think that, a lot of people are leading on, the fact that the Eagles are going to run a ton, which I think they will, but this is also kind of banking on the fact that I think that Patrick Mahomes could potentially push Jalen Hurts to throw the ball a little bit by, putting up some points as well. So if it comes down to it, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have to use his arm. I think he's going to be a little bit healthier to do so. I'm going to go over 1.5 touchdowns at minus 108. I think this one's getting slept on a ton, and not a lot of people are betting the other side, which makes me kind of think that Jalen Hurts is getting going to get something going here. Chiefs team total under 24.5. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game by both teams, realistically, which is why I love the under in this game overall. It's 50.5. I think this should be around like 47, 48, somewhere in that range, 48.5. I think this is a tad high, which means I bring down both teams' team totals a little bit as well. I think the team total here for the Chiefs is slightly under in this one. Moving on. Philadelphia, again, KC, under 50.5. I think this game is under, based off of the fact that, I think both teams going to start out slow.
You skipped one, just FYI.
Oh, my bad. Well, all right, they go hand in hand. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown, this is guaranteed money. I don't think there's any shot that Travis Kelce does not get a touchdown in this game. It's going to be in the game plan. It's Kelce Bowl. It's called Kelce Bowl, for Christ's sakes. Like, they're going to make sure Kelce gets some love in this game to go against his brother. Obviously, his brother doesn't play a skill position, but, they're going to want to give him some love.
That might be a good bet. Any chance Jason Kelce can catch a touchdown?
Ooh.
How hard is a center to do that?
We'll give Bradbury.
You can't even be tackle eligible when you're literally the one snapping the ball. So maybe not.
So I love Kelce to get a touchdown. I'll get to him again here in a little bit. Miles Sanders. I got this early on. I don't know what this is at right now, Scotty, actually. I want to say rushing. It's Miles Sanders rushing yards is at 61 now. I got it at 58.5. So I got it a little bit early in the week where it was a little lower. Now it's kind of rising a little bit. I think this number should still be around like 62, 63, could be in the mid 60s. So I think you could still get this at a decent value if you want to bet it. But I think there's going to be a heavy dose of Miles Sanders in this game. And I think they're going to utilize him a lot, keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. He's going to be a part of the game plan, and I think that this is going to be one that you will want to jump on. I got it at minus 114 here for the Philadelphia Eagles to get him the ball a little bit more. Patrick Mahomes, minus 225, a little juicy on this one, but over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think this is sure bet. He should be able to get to this point. Like I said, little juicy, but you feel good about it. So I like this one a lot. Gets me a little bit of a feel good there that it's not a miss for me. I'm not swinging and missing. All right. Next, no touchdown scored in the first 6 minutes of the game, minus 144. I think this is going to be a very slow scoring game. I don't anticipate. I think the last couple games that we've had, last couple Super Bowls, we haven't had a touchdown within the first like 9 or 10 minutes of the game or something. I don't quote me on that, but I just know that
it won't, because the Chiefs in Miami scored on their first drive. So
I think maybe it was another. It was like.
Traditionally, I like that bet a lot.
Traditionally, it doesn't happen very frequently early on in games where you got a lot of nerves. You got the lead up to the Super Bowl week. There's all these things that are happening, and the moment you want to go in with composure in that first couple drives, and it's a slower kind of progression to get into that game. So I don't think that there will be a touchdown scored in the first 6 minutes of this game. Longest TD score, under 39.5. I think there hasn't been anything big in the last couple Super Bowls. I think the closest we got was like 36 or 35.5 or something along those lines, or 35 yard score in a couple of the previous Super Bowls. It doesn't happen very often where we get these massive touchdowns. So minus 110, longest touchdown score, under 39.5. I like this a lot. I don't expect there to be a 40-yard touchdown pass or a 40-yard touchdown score. Most first downs, Chiefs. This is I'm getting plus value on this one, guys. Plus 100.
Even.
Even. Either way. Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yep.
This is almost a guarantee, in my opinion, right? The Chiefs are behind. They throw the ball. They move the ball, move the chains. Little by little, they get back in. First down after first down after first down.
Why are they behind?
I'm just saying. If they're ahead, they keep extending. I mean, I think that the Chiefs should have more first downs in this game, regardless of the circumstances. I think
agree. I think Philly does more, especially in the passing game. They're more chunk play than the Chiefs and Mahomes, who will take the underneath quick route that Chiefs are a first down barely kind of thing. So
Chiefs are methodical, and they don't. I mean, again, the Chiefs. Keep in mind too, the Chiefs have done a lot. When they took away Tyreek Hill's gone, and obviously you're like, oh well. I think one of the myths was that, the Chiefs are going to be, they're better without Tyreek, and they have a great offense. Well, yeah, that's the case. But you also got to think their big chunk plays, their long plays. They haven't been getting those 60-yard bombs and, those big plays that they used to get with Tyreek Hill. They've been doing it more methodically, and they've been moving down the field little by little. And, it hasn't been like massive bombs downfield. And that leans more towards these first downs. I think they're just going to get a ton of them. They'll rack them up. They're going to have more in this game.
You keep going. I'm going to do a code yellow real quick. I'll be back before I get in mine, Chris.
Yep. Code yellow in the chat. Spam it. Spam code yellow. Here we go. All right. Here are my long shots for the Super Bowl. Squares. By the way, Rec, can you put me down for Eagles 8, Chiefs 4? Because that's what I like here.
Eagles 8, Chiefs. I hit it.
Yep.
So both of the first squares are under Chiefs 4.
What's that? Oh, got it. All right. Well, maybe I won't be able to get it, but I'll look at it. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
So love this. Well, I mean, I don't. It's a long shot, so you could only love it so much. But I think in this one, the objective is to have the final digit of each score. In case we were just talking about it. So the final digit of each of the team's numbers fall on this. So, based off of this, I feel like 4 is a pretty common digit, but getting to 8 typically means there's a lot of scoring, as one team usually needs like 28 or 38 to hit, something along those lines. But I believe the Eagles have a chance to do this against the Chiefs. Again, I mean, Chiefs defense, a little bit kind of, struggling a little bit when it comes to maybe some injuries and different things. And I think it can get there. So I don't know. I think the just based off of what I was like looking at and like some of the squares analysis, I kind of like this a lot. And you're getting a good payout on it. So I'll take it. Travis Kelce. This is a long shot, guys. These are all long shot. They're probably not going to happen, but if they hit, there's a outside chance that I think that they could. But I like Travis Kelce to have just a big game. I just think he's going to have one. Like I said, Kelce Bowl. He's reached the end zone in 8 of his last 9 playoff games. He's only getting shut out. He was only getting shut out in Super Bowl that he played the game where the Chiefs didn't have a player touchdown against the Bucks. And I think that, with this, Kelce just has one game with 3 touchdowns in his career entering this season. The 2020 playoff win over the Texans, which Kelce fell behind. Kansas City fell behind 24-0, then scored 51 points in a regular season. He tacked on, 2 more, scoring 4 times against the Raiders and 3 times against the Chargers game. But I just think that the Eagles haven't seen a tight end like this at all. And it's Kelce Bowl. There's a lot of talk around that. I just think that he's going to get a lot of love. I mean, I could have gone Kelce 2 touchdowns, but what's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? I'm going long shot. I'm going 3 touchdowns for Kelce, getting a little bit more juice on it because, why not?
Which is wild when you're on the Chiefs under 24.5. Apparently, he's the only one scoring the game.
He's the only one.
It's just him.
It's just going to be him.
3 touchdowns, no mas.
No mas.
They can tack on a field goal.
And then that's even more crazy with his MVP.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
His MVP in this long shot? Yeah, Chris, I don't even know if I can let you say that on our stream. That is straight wild, dude. You're wilding on that MVP.
Especially with Kelce plus 3 touchdowns.
Well, no. I'm covering bases here. I'm not going to hit all of them. There
is literally no chance in hell Sky Moore wins MVP. There's no chance. If our wide receivers are healthy, Sky Moore won't even be on the field for more than 10 plays.
Well, hear me out. Okay. Let's skip to this one. He's pressed into more play last week, right? I mean, he's season high 7 targets.
Yeah, but Juju and Tony are going to be back.
I mean,
and Justin Watson, who's in front of him on the depth chart as well. Justin Watson didn't play in that game. There's 3 wide receivers that are coming back that were hurt. Hence why Sky Moore got some run.
But they're hurt. They're hurt guys, right? So who knows?
Watson was only sick. He was out because he was sick.
So
who's sick enough that you can't play in an AFC Championship game? By the way, how sick are you? Are you I don't know. Weird.
I digress. He saw 58% of the offensive snaps. If anything should happen to any of those Chiefs receivers that are kind of either sick or injured or
up,
whatever, I'm just saying. I'm just covering bases. And if Sky Moore wins, then the Chiefs are winning that game. Obviously.
I mean, there's a reason it's 140-1, Chris, because he's probably the 7th option catching the ball for the Chiefs.
Well,
maybe 8.
Mecole Hardman. Chiefs aren't.
I know. All right, but I'll list them if you want. I know Hardman's out.
Hardman's out.
Juju. You got MVS. You got Tony. You got Kelce. You got Jerick McKinnon, a running back. You got Justin Watson, a wide receiver, who's in front of him. And frankly, you maybe Pacheco in front of him. He's 7 or 8.
Well, if Juju Smith-Schuster or Kadarius Toney play, they'll likely not be 100. They're not going to be 100%, right? They're going to be working their way up. They'll probably be, good to go, but who knows, right?
They're going to be 100% because I
think
I'm putting that out there in the existence.
I think there could be a chance, that he gets maybe 7 to 10 touches on offense.
I cannot advocate more against that one, guys. I'm usually overrating my Chiefs. Probably
he's a jack of all trades.
Sky Moore only doesn't return kicks. That's usually Pacheco. Punts. The only reason Sky Moore was returning punts at the end of that game is because both Toney and Hardman got hurt. Now Hardman's out for this game. If Toney's healthy enough, he'll return punts. But maybe they don't want to risk hurting Toney on punt return. So it's possible that Sky is their punt returner in this game, which terrifies me a little because he started the year as their punt returner, Chris, and then he muffed like 3 punts in like 4 weeks, and then they didn't go back to it literally until the AFC Championship game because they had to, because they had no one left. And obviously he got the big return to set up the game-winning field goal, where a lot of people would argue there was a block in the back. I didn't see anything, Chris. I didn't see nothing.
No, you looked away at that. You didn't. Yeah. There's no shot
Block
you saw
in
that.
the back. No chance. The Chiefs do not cheat.
Sure.
And then finally, I have Boston Scott score first touchdown. He recorded touchdowns in 3 straight games, none longer than 10 yards. If they get in close on this one, the odds for Kenneth Gainwell are twice as long, or twice as good as what we're looking at for Boston Scott here. And you're getting value here for a guy who's scoring in short plays against teams near the goal line. So I think in this one, potentially, if they get a nice drive, first touchdown, or first really good drive towards the goal line, I think this is a great opportunity for him to get a spot. He's already proven he can succeed down there. I don't hate this line here. First team touchdown score plus 1,300.
That makes a lot more sense than the other one. Chairman makes a good point. What are the odds for Henne for MVP? That seems more likely. And I agree. It is more likely that Chad Henne is the MVP of the Super Bowl than Sky Moore. 100%.
Just
100%.
When I cash in on that Sky Moore MVP.
You are not cashing in on that. I hope you didn't actually bet that.
I bet I bet
light money on fire.
No, I bet like on the long shots. It's obvious. I'm not putting like a shit ton of money on it. I'm putting maybe
I put 100 on it.
Oh,
then that way 140 to 1. It's free money.
Free money. Just cash that ticket now. All right, Scotty. That's enough of mine. Guys, take a look at these. We're getting into Scott's now, and here's what you got. Let's run through them, Scotty. What do you got here?
Yeah. What you'll notice a lot of these is like it's not so much yards, especially with the receivers and running backs, because there's variance there. I like a lot more how many receptions they're going to grab myself, because there's less variance there. Like they're going to get a certain amount of looks and a certain amount of catches, whether that's a 1-yard reception. Obviously, it's great if you're doing yards and they come up with a 30-yard grab. Like that's going to help you a ton. But I have a feeling I just like to stick to receptions. I have just straight rushes. How many rushes? I don't actually see that in here, Chris. So you left that one out. No big deal. Higher scoring second half. Listen, this one I love. We've talked about it over and over again. That the slow starts that Super Bowls tend to have on the offensive side of the ball. I like if you can get higher scoring second half at minus 125. That's one of my favorite bets. I think the second half will certainly be. And I wanted to do first quarter versus fourth quarter, because you can do that as well. But the odds had gone way too far in the wrong direction. It was like minus 225. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it at minus 225. But second half, higher scoring, love it. Jalen Hurts passing yards under 241. Listen, like since his return, 3 games, and I know they blew out the Giants, so he didn't necessarily need to. And then they, didn't have to literally do anything against the Niners once the Niners couldn't throw a forward pass. So I get that some of his stats are related to not having to, throw the ball around, and he might have to in this one. I just think, he hasn't done it since prior to his injury. That's seven weeks ago that he's thrown for a good amount of yards. As I talked about, the Chiefs secondary with Trent McDuffie healthy, and then L'Jarius Sneed, who got concussed on the very first play of the AFC Championship game, who's 1A, 1B corner with Trent McDuffie for him. He's cleared concussion protocol. He's good to go. He's going to play. I think Hurts, I don't know if he's going to play where he can get over 241. Like, listen, he had like 120 in the NFC Championship game, and 30 of those shouldn't have counted. So I'm all about overs on all of the Kelsey, but I went over 6.5 receptions at minus 140. I think he's going to be featured early and often. Like, he's the guy that's been there. I mean, all these other wide receivers haven't played in a Super Bowl for the Chiefs before. Now that, McCole was the only one that was on the team before. So, relying and having some safe, easy throws, especially with the pressure we've talked about that Philly can bring, hitting Kelsey, I think going over 6.5 receptions is a layup. I like him over his yards. I like him for a touchdown, Chris. All those, but I just picked one, and the one I like the most is Kelsey over 6.5. Kadarius Toney, I'm gonna keep riding my boy. Yep. Toney to me is the most talented wide receiver on the Chiefs, and I don't think it's particularly close. So yeah, I'm taking a risk because if he's not healthy, that hurts me. I had
Sky Moore.
His yards. Sky Moore can't even approach what Kadarius Toney is. I'd be shocked if Kadarius Toney plays this whole game. I would be absolutely shocked if he doesn't have at least 3 grabs. Like, that would be wild to me. So if he stays healthy, he's covering that, guaranteed. Another over on receptions, Goddard. So you talked about your Goddard with the touchdown. Touchdowns to me I just worry about, because there's variance. It's just sometimes it's luck. Like, I know they feature him in, at the goal line and stuff like that, so he could certainly get it, but I'm gonna take over 4.5 receptions. Chiefs in the middle of the field are usually most susceptible in the middle of the field to passes, and that's literally where Hurts was looking every single time. I don't know if you remember when we were watching that San Fran Philly game. Like, he loved the middle of the field. I think Goddard gets over 4.5 for Philly. Quez Watkins under 1.5. Love. That dude is not going to grab more than one ball. He's basically a non-factor. Don't tell me why. I just don't even know why it's set at 1.5. I guess because 1 was too little, and it's minus 160, so there's some juice there. But that one is I love that one. This one I might love the most. Chris, Eagles team total under 26.5. That's a big number. Do you know the Chiefs have played, let me check my math, 19 games this year, Chris. What's the most points they've given up in a game? Do you know?
Off the top now.
31.
Okay.
So everyone talks about this Eagles defense being, most people would consider the Eagles defense better than this Chiefs defense. Most people.
And
right?
Based off of also injuries
we're pretty healthy on the defensive side, but most people would consider this Eagles defense better than the Chiefs defense. Eagles have given up more than 31 several occasions. The Chiefs have never given up more than 31 points. So when you're talking about an over team total for the Eagles at 26, they got to get to 27. I mean, that's a big ask. Now, it happened 4 or 5 times this year where the Chiefs gave up 27, 28. The only time they gave up more than 29 was literally that 31. And that 31, to be fair, was in a blowout win against the Tampa Bay Bucks, where the Bucks just added some scores late because that thing was a blowout. So the Chiefs won 41-31, and it wasn't that close. So in a close game, I just don't see the Eagles getting to 27. I really don't. I feel like the Eagles, if I could do, maybe I'll do an exact bet. I feel the Eagles are going to land on 20, which is exactly what the Bengals landed on, and it's exactly what the Jags landed on against the Chiefs in the 2 playoff games. So I think they're going to land right at 20. Quite frankly, I think the Bengals have a better offense than Philadelphia, myself. Eagles total TDs under 3.5 is just another one. I'm like, why? Like, they're not scoring 4 TDs. I don't even know if the Chiefs gave up 4 TDs in a game this year. Well, obviously in the 31 they did, but that was it. That was like the one game they've given up 4 TDs. It's minus 200, so there's a lot of juice there. But I'd be shocked if the Eagles score 4 or more touchdowns in this game. Coin toss tails, Chris. I have some sources that say that it's a special commemorative coin for the Super Bowl, and the one side tail specifically, or heads specifically, I'm sorry, weighs a little more. So it's more likely that it's going to land face down on heads with tails up because there's a slight weight discrepancy. And if you can get it at plus 100, even odds, why not roll with the dice with that one? All right, that's my one fun one. I like it. All right, long shots. Travis Kelce MVP, 12 to 1. Listen, what's been the biggest storyline coming into this? It's the Kelce brothers, Kelce Bowl. It's been a huge storyline at media day. Everyone was talking about it. So if Kelce has, like, if it comes down to, if the Chiefs win and it comes down to Kelce and Mahomes, and Kelce has 100 plus yards and 2 scores, and Mahomes has a great game too. Mahomes already has a Super Bowl MVP. I think a lot of the voters emotionally will think about, oh, how cool is it that Kelce balled out against his brother in the Super Bowl, and they'll want to vote for Kelce. So long shot, 12 to 1. I love Travis Kelce MVP. Just sprinkling on that one. Just sprinkle.
Yeah.
My other two are a little funky. Either team kicks a game-winning field goal as clock expires. So either way, as the clock expires, a team, whether it's the Eagles or the Chiefs, kick a field goal to win as the clock expires at 10 to 1. A lot of people think this is going to be a close game. The spread itself lends itself to be a close game, Chris. So why not? Will that happen? Probably not. But at 10 to 1, little sprinkle. And the last one, I don't know. Both teams get a touchdown and a field goal in each half. I don't think that's crazy. And at those odds, in a game where I do think that both defenses are going to hold up at times in the red zone, I think we're going to see a couple more field goals than people think. They're going to hold up there, and we're certainly going to get 1+ TD in both halves, I think. So it really comes down to the field goals, and at 11 to 1, another little sprinkle, Chris. It's not like throwing Sky Moore MVP talk out there, but
I mean, that's a true long shot. It's a true long shot.
That is the longest of long
shots.
It's
the longest.
You might as well like Butker, the field goal kicker for the Chiefs, just take an MVP down.
The only thing I have with the 1 score touchdown, 1 field goal in each half, I have too many nightmares from our bingo boards missing out on that one all year long.
Never hit it on the
we
bingo
always
card.
got screwed on our bingo boards for that. And I'm always just like, oh, well, you just needed 1 touchdown or 1 field goal in the first half, and now it's a dead space.
I'm hoping for like a 10-10 first half, and then we put on like a 17-10 second half, and then we're good. That's the 27-20 I'm talking about, Chris.
27-10. There you go. All right. So
27-20.
27-20. Yeah, you lock it in. The mindset of the end of the game field goals has changed in the past 10 to 15 years. Teams go all to make sure they leave no time on the clock.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, listen, I already mentioned last year against the Bills, the Chiefs 13 seconds on the clock, and they were able to get a game-tying field goal in with only 13 seconds on the clock. So you have to, if you have the ability to run it down all the way, you have to do it. You absolutely have to do it.
Yeah. There's a thing for coaches challenges. Take the under for coaches challenges, says Red.
There is coaches challenges.
Yep.
Under. I would hammer the under when I go to the casinos on Friday.
I don't know exactly what the bet is. I don't know if it's an over-under on coaches challenges or whether, it's who will call the first coaches challenge or will one be called. I'd have to look again because I haven't bet on that. But Andy's pretty bad at it, so I'd like to avoid that if possible.
Yeah.
And plus, this is one where, like, because this is like the only game going on, the people upstairs will be calling into the ref saying, "Hey, no, you got it wrong. Go ahead, change it now."
I am terrified of Carl Cheffers, by the way. I haven't discussed that as well. But Carl Cheffers, who's the official for the head referee for the Super Bowl is like literally Chiefs Kingdom's least favorite ref in the world, and it's not appreciably close. He's had a lot of questionable decisions against the Chiefs in the past 5 to 10 years. I listen. I'm not blaming the refs, and I don't even. If the Chiefs lose, I'm not going to blame the refs. I don't. I heard enough from the Bengals fans that I will not do that. But Carl Sheffers, did you hear the quote from Goodell today? He was interviewed.
Oh, I did hear this quote. I did hear this.
Fuck, Goodell. He's literally like, the refing has never, the officiating
Never
has
been better. Yeah.
Never been better. And I'm like, is this your first year watching?
Yes.
Have you not watched the NFL prior to this year?
Let's
You're
just
getting
say
paid like $30 million from the NFL to do whatever you do. I don't know what you do. But
it was a wild take. It was a wild take. Hot take in the chat for Mr. Goodell.
Part of me is like, what is the commissioner supposed to say? Like, yeah,
he has to.
And
he has to.
But I'm like, you maybe just don't say it's better than ever. Like, hey, we continue to work with them. We're gonna progress. We're gonna get better and better every year. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Idiot.
Idiot. Interesting enough, I was looking at the MVP odds updated, at least on FanDuel, and Travis Kelce dropped to 16-1.
What?
He's going the opposite direction. He's plus 1,600 currently.
I mean,
wow.
Which is strange to me that it's going the opposite direction.
Outside of the two quarterbacks, Chris, he should absolutely be the third favorite to win the MVP.
It's Mahomes, Hurts, then Kelce is third at 16 to 1.
Third. Wow.
AJ Brown is 18 to 1. Miles Sanders 25. So it goes down from there, but he was 14 to 1. Now he's 6. I mean, I might jump on that. Like, why would I not get
especially the storyline with it? Like, this is a vote, media voted award, so like there's some emotion at play as well. Like, and the fact that the storyline with the Kelce's just makes sense to me that like he should be more like 8 to 1 to me.
Mr. Morrow fan, welcome in.
Thank you for that, Shaq Shimmy. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Who's your team? Who do you ride or die with?
Where are you from? Tell us all about you so we can get to know you a little bit better, and let's give him a nice warm welcome into the ActionLab community. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Like this number for Kelce MVP is so juicy that Rec is going to
pull the trigger. He's cashing in. Hey.
If Rec's doing it, everyone
The one
should.
thing I don't save money on, the one thing I'm not greedy on is gambling. That's probably a bad thing.
Maybe if you win bigs, you can get that Amazon Prime.
Maybe do a sub or something. You know?
maybe Amazon
just
Prime.
Subscribe.
No. I would rather him do Amazon Prime because he like who doesn't have it, and then he can subscribe for free to us and still save that money.
Which it's 2023, Rec. It's time.
I don't buy things online.
It's time.
What do you mean you don't buy things online?
Come on, Rec.
Stores.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't buy things, period.
Oh, my goodness.
What about groceries? Do you ever order online your groceries to pick up? I know the answer to that question, but
okay,
I mean,
I'm still,
without knowing.
Yeah. I'm still kind of looking for a job after graduation.
Okay.
Right.
Fair
enough.
You have a gambling problem with it.
I don't have a problem.
And we're not paying him enough here, so you know.
Chris, he saw your Skymore MVP bet and he threw $1,000.
No.
I mean,
the long shots.
You know what they say? The sky's the limit.
The sky's.
Yeah, that's 140K headed your direction if it hits. Best of luck to you.
By the way, speaking of the Sky Moore, that was plus 20,000. Now it's and it dropped to the 140,000.
It should be
or to the 14,000.
It should be infinity. Can they set a line at an infinity?
I mean, at that rate, I just put $1 down for it because why not?
Exactly. That's what I did.
That's-
But then you won't be able to afford groceries this week.
That's like a taco at Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's your night out there, Rick.
Don't waste-
That's your night out.
That's your fancy dinner you're wasting away.
I feel bad for anyone you're taking out for Valentine's Day, Rick. Anyways.
Is there a special someone, Rick?
Who do you got?
Anyways,
On to
I don't
the
know
next.
which direction that means. Does that mean that could mean
Anyways.
yes or no?
anyway, Scott,
Yeah.
you would be proud of me because I don't know if you saw what happened in the Discord.
I did. I didn't like look at it. I got the notification. And I saw it. You're the only
Everybody-
one.
Yep, everybody but me picked the Eagles.
And it's not even about, that you chose my team. It's that you chose the correct side is what I'm more proud of.
All right. Well, those are all the prop bets that we have. So go ahead and have fun with the Super Bowl. This is kind of like, for me, the Kentucky Derby. I just put like a bunch of just random bets and just see kind of what hits. I mean, there's some thought put into it outside of maybe my Sky Moore bet. But I will say, this is just a lot of fun. It's the most bet event. So have fun with it. Don't get crazy with it necessarily, but just bet what you can if you want, if that's your thing. And we have some nice ideas and thoughts going around all the prop bets that we put in here. But now we're going to get into a little bit of the crazy prop bets, all the wild ones, because I know you guys want to get into that. Brandon's taking a little code yellow. Hey, take your.
You're the first to announce your own code yellow. I like it.
I like it too.
Why not?
Why
not?
Rec
Announce when you're not here.
Rec does it once in a while, but yeah, I mean,
G-Girl and Football Wife are each other's Valentine, which is just adorable.
So all right, guys, let's dive into some of the weirder prop bets, which
I say more.
Like,
can you bet Kevin Hart being on the field after the Super Bowl?
So you could bet a few things here. In relation to the celebrity thing, there are bets on who's the first celebrity to be shown, and I think it's celebrity specials to be shown during the Super Bowl broadcast. Bradley Cooper's in there, Matt Damon, Will Smith, Kim Kardashian, Kevin Hart, Rob McElhenney, which he's big in Wrexham. He's, by the way, he's plus 120.
He's a Philly guy.
He's a Philly guy. He loves Philly, yeah, and he's
better than Mike Trout.
Mike Trout is minus 120. Leonardo DiCaprio, Miles Teller, Brad Pitt, Ben Affleck.
These are literally like all Philly fans. What about Ted Lasso?
And we just and remember
Ant-Man.
And remember,
those are KC locals.
Yeah, these are all. You're right. This is heavily in Philly favor when it comes to these fans. But remember, we just did the throwback, and who was shown in the box multiple times, Scotty? Who was shown in the owner's box in the last Super Bowl that the Eagles played in?
Why don't I remember this?
Was it Bradley Cooper?
It was Bradley Cooper.
Oh, it was Bradley Cooper. I feel like he's kind of been like
he's been off the grid,
chilling. Yeah, he's been a little off the grid. Like, when was the last movie he came out with? Like,
and Matt Damon's a weird
Bradley
one.
Cooper.
Matt Damon's
Will Smith's a weird one, by the way.
I don't think
it's a good idea to show Will Smith first.
Matt Damon's a Patriots fan, isn't he? A Boston guy?
Yes.
So
Along with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. What are we talking about there? I mean, those ones I don't see it happen. Matt Damon's minus 120 for some reason. That's a weird one. But Kevin Hart, I think, is gonna probably be up there. Rob McElhenney will be in there in that mix. Those would be my top two celebrities that I would say of all of these. I mean, any of those names pop out to you, Scotty? I mean, those seem to be my.
Mike Trout may not even be there because he might be injured. I don't know. You'd have to kind of repeat that list again. They might show Kevin Hart right off the top, just talking about what happened last time in the Super Bowl, where he was drunk as fuck and just went on the field and like tried to get on stage and was doing all sorts of stuff. But I don't know. I that's not something I'm gonna. I don't get any of these crazy bets outside of like the national anthem, like over under.
It's gonna be over.
I try and hear leaks.
It'll be over.
Because it gets leaked out there a little bit, and you can kind of make a smart bet on it at that point because they do a dress rehearsal, right? Like, and it's gonna get leaked out there. G-Girl had a hot take that was simply Devontae Smith. I think Devontae could go off in this game. I mean, I think Devontae might be a tougher cover for the Chiefs than AJ Brown with his route running and speed, where AJ Brown's a little bit more of like a, you know, big body type guy. So
Cuban,
we'll see. Yeah.
Since it isn't at Arrowhead, can X Factor go?
Probably a big announcement. This we talked about it a few months ago. There's a big Chiefs fan called Chiefsaholic. He used to wear wolf stuff to all the games.
Update, breaking news.
Arrested for trying to rob a bank. No big deal. On his way to Houston to go to a Chiefs game. Got arrested in Oklahoma. This week he requested bail to be lowered. And it was granted, and I heard today, and I don't know.
Don't tell me this.
True.
Don't tell
I
me
heard
this.
today that he's gonna get out. Now he can't leave the state of Oklahoma, so it's not like he can go to like Phoenix and go to the game.
He can't leave the state.
He's getting out in order to see his Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Damn it!
Hey, you know,
heartwarming story.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean,
what about the toilet paper man?
Why do the Chiefs have the weirdest fucking fans ever, man? We got some weird ones.
National anthem, over under, I think is set, at least from what I have here, 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Who's singing it?
It's Chris Stapleton, who sings like snail's pace.
Oh, really?
Snail's pace. He's fantastic, by the way.
I mean, 205's that's a big number.
That's a big number, and it's juiced to minus 165. He sings very. I mean, have you heard Tennessee Whiskey? Have you heard some of his songs that he plays? Yeah.
Tennessee Whiskey.
Yes.
We got Scotty singing.
Yay! We got Scotty singing.
That was me fake singing. Okay. I just got a little shy
Still
there.
counts.
So I kind of like the over there. Let's get into the color of the Gatorade. Gatorade, that's a big one.
That's everyone loves talking about that one.
Orange right now plus 350, blue plus 110. The favorite is blue plus 110.
Yeah, I don't love blue. I don't think it's gonna be blue.
Then you have green, yellow, lime. Those are all kind of like the green, yellowish, greenish, whatever.
Sure.
Plus 300.
Grouped together. Okay.
Plus 300. Clear or water. Water is an option just in case they grab the water jug. It's plus 1,000. And then red, pink plus 850 plus 1,000 for purple, indigo, or violet. So blue
was orange on there.
Orange is plus 350.
Okay, orange is my pick. I have no reason to pick that. I just got a good feeling about orange.
Orange.
What about mayonnaise? Like that one bowl.
Mayonnaise?
You haven't seen the mayo bowl?
They also have. Remember they have the one where they dump like potatoes out of the thing, or they have the weird stuff. They try to get all weird on it. Other weird props that I have uncovered in this one. Andy Reid special. Will he wear a Hawaiian shirt at any point? He's not going to. At any point. It's a weird one.
On the day of, no chance.
Andy Reid, will he eat a cheeseburger before the end of the Super Bowl broadcast?
Like on air? I'm so confused by these.
These are juiced heavily to no. Minus 1,900. Anyway,
when has anyone ever seen Andy Reid eating a cheeseburger?
I mean, it's a celebration.
Like, I'm saving it for the Super Bowl.
Is someone going to have cheeseburgers as a celebratory thing on the sideline for him? Like, here, you won the Super Bowl. Here's a cheeseburger.
Where are they getting this cheeseburger?
But the same place they got Marshawn Skittles.
Yeah.
Skittles is a little easier. You just buy that bag and bring it down. A warm, piping hot cheeseburger takes a little more effort.
Now, those ones are kind of like juiced to no, obviously, but the one that's kind of lower in the odds, Andy Reid special, will the words burger or cheeseburger be said by Andy Reid during the post-game interview?
He did. He did last time they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so he's gonna eat the biggest damn cheeseburger of his life.
Yeah.
Yes is plus 175.
And he has a cheeseburger up his
I
sleeve.
don't know. Maybe he mixes it up, or does he stay with the tried and true? Obviously, the problem with that bet is like they have to probably win. He's probably not going to be like if they lose in the post game presser, like I'm gonna go eat a cheeseburger because I'm sad.
It's because they won.
Sometimes I eat when I'm sad, Chris. So I don't know.
Eat whenever the Chiefs lose. Got it.
Yeah. Which, based off of how often they win, you'd think I'd be a little thinner, but I eat other times too.
Cuban.
Sorry.
No, you're good. As a Cuban, some coaches secretly to vape on the sidelines. Andy Reid has a cheeseburger up his sleeve. Yeah, cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
Oh, we didn't know we were gonna get a little wreck song tonight.
Yeah, Rick. You can spit it too with some pipes. You got some pipes?
No, I
Even
do
did
not.
ask above. He said we need Scottathan to sing the Star Spangled Banner, so we have an idea of how long it takes.
It's gotta go.
I would draw that thing up to like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I would just every single note I'm drawing out. If
Let me see if I can
I
find a
was singing
commercial.
if I was singing the national anthem on like actually Star Spangled Banner for an event like that, I would draw that thing out until everyone is just miserable with how long it's taking, to the point, hey, guess what you're gonna Google after the game? Who the fuck was that guy singing?
Some other weird ones. Who will the Super Bowl MVP mention first in his post-game interview? Teammates, coach, God or Jesus, owner, the city, the family members, or none of the above?
Jabroni is on there.
Jabroni, is it? That would be Travis Kelce with his 3 touchdowns and Super Bowl MVP.
MVP, yeah.
Teammates is the favorite there, minus 150. Let's see.
I kind of what's God or Jesus at?
Plus 210.
If Mahomes wins, I think it starts there.
Hey.
Alright.
But I kind of
I
like that bet.
I do
Okay.
too.
All right. Got her Jesus with Mahomes.
I don't know Hurts well enough to know if that would be a thing there, but
football-
Mahomes would start there.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I can confirm most football players are very religious, so that's probably a good bet.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't hate that. I mean, that's always. I feel like that's always in the conversation. That's why it's second favorite here. But still, plus 210, you get some nice odds there.
That's what Mahomes literally was trying to. That was his first thing when he was interviewed after the game in the AFC Championship game when Kelsey came over and kind of interrupted. But that he was leading off with thanking God or Jesus. I don't remember. One of those. One of those for sure.
Will a fan run out of the field? Yes or no? Yes, plus 700. No, minus 1600.
Remember the
Kind of like some yes there. Kind of like some yes.
You like someone running out on the field this time
Listen,
around?
Chris, when has this country been dumber than it is right now?
I mean, somebody in Arizona just climbed a tower. Did you see that, dude?
yeah,
No.
yeah, I saw
What?
that.
He climbed a freak soloed a tower. It was like 400 feet tall. Whatever, no big deal.
Someone that's, protesting something will run on the field with a stupid protest sign on there that no one gives a damn. When has that ever worked? When has everyone been like, oh, I'm so glad this person went on the court and
It doesn't.
glued their hands to it? Because now I know that we need to
Stop
go for this
murdering
cause.
chickens.
Because why wouldn't I support the cause of this crazy person?
Yeah. Remember, I forgot if it was last year or the year before, someone dumped like 6 figures onto the yes for a streaker and then streaked himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He manipulated the odds there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Smart.
it's a trap, but it's smart. It's a trap. All right, so there you go. Drake curse. This is a weird one. Drake.
Oh, it's like
It's
every
which
game he goes to, the team he roots for loses.
Yeah. So hopefully he's not wearing Chiefs for you, Scotty. Or if you're an Eagles fan, he's not wearing Philadelphia. I feel like he would be an Eagles fan. But
I don't want Drake cheering for the Chiefs, so go ahead and cheer for the Eagles.
we got
I'm kidding. What are the odds going right now for Scotty getting trashed on Sunday? Probably minus
30,000.
30,000. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
What?
Wow.
Wow. We are on the same wavelength. I
'Cause
mean,
listen, it's a dry February, so it's my one day this month I get to drink.
you and I both. I'm drinking Heineken
And
Zeros right now.
I'm drinking heavy win or loss after the game because I'm either sorrowing or I'm celebrating.
Yeah.
Or you're partying.
Yeah, exactly. Cosmic, welcome in. Hey, let's keep it rolling with the kiddies. Let's go.
I don't know how we matched on that minus 30,000. By the way, that was
We
kind of wild.
we
should
just
bet on that.
yeah. What? Did we just become best friends?
I mean, if I could bet on that, I'd bet no, and then I would stay sober for those odds, Chris.
No, you would not.
Yeah, no, I would lay a significant amount of funds.
You would forget and you
on
would
the
get
note.
trashed.
Nope. I
um,
would lock all the liquor up.
we got commercials here. We have some different first advertisement for like they're kind of related. So beer, Heineken versus Budweiser. I think Budweiser is the favorite there between those two. Minus 160 is the odds. So you got that one. You got how many TikTok? Oh, this is you know where I'm going with this one. How many TikTok videos will Jackson Mahomes post during the Super Bowl?
I didn't know where you were going. During the Super Bowl, zero.
Cuban's gonna eat this one up. Cuban's gonna be like over by 100. Let's see. How many times will the Kelsey brothers facing off be mentioned during the broadcast?
37.
Take the over.
The over under for this one is shocking.
What is the number?
1.5.
What?
Hammer.
When does that start? Does that start at kickoff or does it start
During the
Pre-game,
during the broadcast? It's just
I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
Hammer.
that doesn't make sense.
There are people petitioning for their mom to be the honorary coin flip person. Like, it's out of control. It's out of control.
Cuban. Wow. Get on that one. The Jackson Mahomes.
It will be talked about often.
Ooh. Will the power go out during the Super Bowl, Scotty?
Only if the Chiefs are ahead by a significant amount and there's a conspiracy in place.
It's a trap.
Assault.
What happened when I had a lot of money on Baltimore years ago against San Fran? That almost got ruined for me. Almost.
Yeah. So, anyways, there you go. There's a bunch of wacky ones too that are kind of like far fetched that I'm not even going to get into. But some crazy stuff out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, by the way, where do you find these bets to bet on them? Where do you bet on them? Because they're not in the normal books.
I know you can always bet on first song by the halftime artist.
Oh, I got something like that. I got something here. Hold on. Well,
see if you can look that up. Rihanna, what's the odds on favorite to be first song Rihanna plays at halftime?
I don't know, but I know. Well, here I have predominant color of her outfit. Black is even. And then you have everything else is plus gold. You got gold. You got white.
Sounds like green could be a good option based off this photo here. Chris.
Green is plus 700. Then you have
probably go black, but.
You have halftime show color of Rihanna's hair, brown or black is the favorite, obviously.
I'm surprised that bet can be out there because like
bright red or blonde.
We'll see her before.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one. I don't know. It doesn't have first song on here though, but I'm curious. Let's look. I mean, what's Rihanna's most popular songs? If I pull Umbrella's probably, obviously one, but I feel like
let me see if I can find this.
Her most popular on Spotify is Lift Me Up from Black Panda. Maybe that's it. I mean, it starts out slow. Typically Super Bowls start out slow and ramp up. So maybe it's like the Black Panther Wakanda Forever kind of vibe, and that's the number one on Spotify.
Right now, I found a site that has odds on favorite at Diamonds plus 220.
Diamonds. Okay.
I'm trying to even remember what song that is. I can't even. Don't Stop the Music, which I can think. Yeah, I know that song is plus 245. We Found Love plus 350. Umbrella plus 645, which doesn't surprise me. I don't think she'll open with Umbrella.
No, I think that's gonna be a middle of the work. Disturbia is an underrated one, G Girl. I love that one, by the way.
It's not even listed on this one, which is weird. I like Disturbia as well.
Disturbia will be played. It has to be. With the Treasures, Russell Wilson, Jackson, and Chiefs fans. In general, my favorite thing on football Sunday. Jackson and the Chiefs are the fans in general are the favorite on football Sundays. I hope the halftime show is not as bad as last year's. Although you didn't like last year's Cosmic. You didn't.
I mean, we got into our younger years with all the hip hop guys.
I mean,
there's no way to wager if there's going to be a player from either team that's watching the halftime show on the sideline, like the good old kicker for the Bengals did last year, McPherson.
McPherson just on the side, just chilling, hanging. I mean, he had the right idea. I mean, obviously,
he's a kicker. Why not just stay out there? What are they going to? What's the pep talk for a kicker at halftime? Hey. See those two yellow poles? Put it in the middle of them.
No, that was granddaddy rap music. I must be granddaddy because I loved it.
Granddaddy.
I mean that's what I grew up with. Actually, I mean, Snoop was like slightly before my time, but I still grew up with a lot of Snoop. I mean, you know, it was Snoop, Eminem, Dre. I thought it was you know, you had Kendrick and who was it? Kendrick and someone else was in there too.
50. He was hanging
upside down. Yeah, all weird like that. 50 Cent. Oh man. 59 Cent. Yeah. 59 Cent. 50 Cent.
I think
typo.
She corrected it. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know the reference to 59.
Although due to inflation, it's now 25 cent.
25 cent. Yeah, for sure.
He's worth less. Yeah. Unfortunately, but still shot a bunch of times.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, national anthem.
Mary J.
National anthem. Who will be shown first, Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? Mahomes. Mahomes is like Mahomes. Minus 135. Jalen Hurts plus 105.
It's only between those two, or is it they have to be the first on either roster shown?
It looks like just those two, of those two.
Or is there a way to bet Andy Reid eating a cheeseburger during the national anthem?
There is not. At least not from what I can see on this list.
Some bullshit. I would pour money on that.
Is there a bet on the fans in the stands going home of the Chiefs?
No.
Oh, I mean that'll happen. To what volume? That'll definitely happen.
See, you got to remember, a lot of the Super Bowl is like corporate. Like, there's a lot of like
there'll be Chiefs fans.
There'll be fans there. It's just, I mean, you got to account for like a lot of
$10,000 a ticket. So
yeah, it's a lot.
It's not cheap.
So there you go. All the props. I mean, are we missing anything else?
Cuban, is there a bet on if a player cries during the anthem? I don't know, but Chris Jones for the Chiefs did cry during the anthem for the AFC Championship game. So
that'd be a good one to hammer.
If it's out there, he might double dip there.
And you know damn well if someone's crying, they're gonna focus on them like multiple times.
I was about to say before that was even brought up, like Chris Jones might be the first player shown just because he was crying last week during the anthem.
So there you go. Those are all the crazy bets, all the weird things that you could like think about. Obviously, so you don't need to go wild with some of these. I asked this earlier. Do we know where you bet on stuff like this? It's not in like normal books.
A lot of this you got to be local in like Vegas.
Yeah,
for a lot of these for sure.
So yeah, you can't
There's
always
plenty of crazy ones you can bet on some of these apps, but a lot of these you can only find in Vegas.
I wonder what Andy Reid's favorite pregame meal is. I wonder.
Cheeseburger for breakfast, a cheeseburger for lunch.
Times Russ or Brady are mentioned. I mean Brady most likely more so than Russ, but because of what he just just retired and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, and people will be discussing whether Mahomes has eclipsed Brady as the GOAT. So
true.
Everyone's gonna be all over that sand.
All over the
Oh.
sand.
that's so stupid. So stupid. Again, another more proof that our country is getting dumber and dumber.
So there you go, guys. Those are all of the crazy props. And we also, again, let's cycle through these regular props so you can kind of get an idea. We'll be posting these clips onto YouTube. So make sure if you guys are not following our YouTube channel, we're going to be posting these clips over there so that you guys can go check those out and enjoy all of those whenever you want and revisit these and get our insights and get our bets. So there you go. There's mine. And then here are Scotty's right there. Prop bets for the game. So these odds will change. So make sure if you do want to bet them, you maybe get out ahead of a couple of them. Some of them might go the opposite direction. Who knows? But there you go. Those are all of the fun things to keep a lookout for. And maybe when we come back on Wednesday, Scotty, we can get a tally mark, check mark on how we did overall over the course of these bets and see what ended up hitting, what we didn't hit, and what came like close. When Sky Moore comes through as the MVP, it's going to be like I'll buy everybody, all you guys in the chat.
The sky
something
has
special.
literally fallen if that happens, Chris. Literally.
Actually, no, he'd be standing pretty proud.
I'll do something
but-
I'll figure out something
But
for you
it's the
guys if I hit that
apocalypse,
bet.
Chris.
If I
It's
hit
literally
that bet.
the apocalypse.
Um,
So we may not have a stream because the apocalypse is happening, and that we don't know where we'll be.
Cosmic Kitty might have to bet some of Scott's picks. My cat needs a new coat. I was pretty good at picking too this year, Kitty. I was
Poor
pretty.
Chris
I was
feels
pretty good
left
at picking.
out.
I had a pretty good record too.
It was pretty good. Not
Know,
quite as good, but it was good.
by what, like 2 picks? What was it? 1 pick?
But if you add in the playoff teams, I
And
won
then you
that one.
well,
and
then
over unders for win totals, I won that one.
well, you
Kinda
also
clean sweep.
you got a free week with whatchamacallit picking for you that 1 week too.
Steve.
3-1. That was basically what I was doing. every
Yeah,
week, Chris.
yeah.
I might have gone 4-0 that week.
Who's buying the stream house? Scotty, I guess, because he's the one that's obviously raking in all the money
Making-
here.
Making
You
that
know.
paper.
By the way, Scotty, we need to get in on
Digitally.
that. We need to get in on that contest that John told us about with those betting against the spreads. That
What? Who?
That-
what?
that bet that
Super
betting contest, super
I
contest.
know all about that. Yeah,
we need to get in on that next year and just absolutely crush that.
for sure.
I mean, the winner took home how much? $500,000, and we were
This is the Colorado local one. The main one's in Vegas, but
no, yeah. I mean, the Colorado local one. The guy
Yeah.
they took home like $500,000 or something for like the winner, and it was like we were on pace to do something close to that.
Hey, did y'all do that for college football play or not the playoffs, the bowl games?
No, that's what Scotty did for like picking
I just
underdogs.
I just took the underdogs in every game. It was
Oh,
it wasn't a
okay.
contest. Yep.
All right.
Chris, before we get into this draft, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been trying to drink more water during dry February, ironically. I'm gonna do another code yellow. I literally don't know what's wrong with me.
Spam code yellow in the
I'm
chat.
concerned. Everyone else should be concerned. But I'll be
Your
back.
kidney is finally working.
Yeah, it's functioning at a normal level now.
I don't know. Could be cancer.
Bruh.
Oh man, that got dark.
Right.
That got dark fast.
Yeah.
So guys, Super Bowl is coming up. I can't wait for this game. It's going to be overall, I think, one of the best Super Bowls. It's projecting that way. So between all of these bets that we have here, we have some fun things in store. Hopefully, cashing in wise, and then. Yeah, Reckoning. We still got boxes for the squares for Super Bowl. Make sure you go join our Discord, and I think we have the link in there as well. But it's just just join the Discord because it's fun anyway. If you haven't joined the Discord, we talk a lot about the games. We talk a lot about memes. We talk a lot about all sorts of like things happening in the world of sports across all landscapes, whether it's hockey, basketball, football, whatever it is you want to talk about. We talk about everything, and we have a lot of fun. We have a great community in there. So join in. Also, hit the follow button if you have not already. It means the world to us. We are closing in. Where are we at right now, followers-wise? We're at almost 800 followers. Wow. 800, almost. We're at 786 followers on Twitch. We are closing in on 800. I mean, before you know it, guys, we keep sharing the stream. We keep growing. We're going to have more and more fun with more and more people. It's going to be even better